Shea.
And I'm Shealyn.
It's a Shea Scary Lounge, and today we're talking about Night of the Demons. See? Although apparently we had some miscommunication, and Shealyn watched the 2009 reboot of it, and I watched the original. So we're going to get a weird conversation of comparison of movies.
I think it was a remake, so it should be very similar, but I don't know. So when you said Night of the Demons, I just quickly searched it on my parents' TV, and of course they only have the remake, because I don't know.
Well, it was on Shudder.
That's all. Oh yeah, I couldn't figure out. My parents have an old TV. I couldn't figure out how to add an app. I know that sounds stupid, but I was like, I'm gonna search it through their cable, and the remake came up, and I was like, that's weird that Shea would say that we should watch this, because I feel like I've heard of this and seen this poster before, and probably seen the original because the plot line of the remake sounded very familiar. But anyway, so I watched the reboot. Do you want to give a quick synopsis or plot of the movie?
So it's Halloween night, and this apparently outcast weird girl in high school or whatever asked like 7 people or specific people to go to her little Halloween party she was doing at this like hell house or whatever place, some crazy haunted like old funeral parlor, crematory, whatever, that's supposedly haunted or whatever. So there's Angela. We don't see Angela right away, we see her a little later. We start off with, I forgot the girl's name. The beginning girl, she dresses as Alice in Wonderland when she goes to she's a very goody. Got it. I don't know, do you have a goody in yours?
I mean, isn't there always like there's some token goody, but as 2009, I think the standards to be good are a little different than back in 88, so.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, so our characters there's Angela, which is the weird outcast girl. There's her friend who is just wanting. Similar. That's accurate. Yeah, right. And then we've got this in another car. We've got like the preacher's son who just wants to have fun, have a good time. He doesn't really want to get scared, but he thinks they're going to a normal party or whatever. And then we have like the bully, who is a big fat dude dressed as a pig.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's
this
not
guy.
Like that.
And then we got like his friend or whatever, who's this little girl that you're just like, why are you friends with this guy? He's just calling you a bitch the entire time. Doesn't listen to you. He's mean, whatever. And then we have the goody with her boyfriend, who is with her just because he thinks he's going to get some, because he thinks she's a slut, but she's not. Then we got the guy who likes her, kind of like wrong side of the tracks kind of guy, like, but he likes her and they're friends.
Is he the hot guy?
He's a good looking dude, yeah. And then we have this odd couple, but the dude who apparently knows so much about the land, he gives us like a play-by-play of what is going on, so we are up to date on everything. And then his girlfriend, and they have sex in a casket, but whatever, and then they die.
Because they didn't respect the dead. And if they're in a casket, that's a little much. A similar, I don't know, the characters are different. They're more like 2009 in the reboot. They keep it pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to just talk about the characters in relation to what you said. So you have, I hope she's not supposed to be a nerdy, because it's Shannon Elizabeth and she's hot as hell no matter what she's in, like American Pie, anything. Mm-hmm. Of course, in a scary movie, to make a nerd, they just put glasses and makeup
she plays
like
Angela.
A super hot girl.
Okay.
Yes.
So she plays the awkward girl. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So she's throwing this giant party at a house that, come to find out, had this whole, and actually they already know that the whole history of it, because Edward Furlong is who I think similar to your character, who's the know-it-all and knows the history of the land, or maybe not, whatever. Mm-hmm. But he goes to the party and he's looking for the basement, like he's trying to find the story that the whole movie is based on. Like, she rented this place to do a scary party because the legend was that 7 people died there. They were murdered, and then Angelina hung herself. Like, there's a whole scary story, and it's haunted, and they've never found the bodies of these people, and yada yada. So basically the main what is it, 5? Because it's 7 total in the whole movie. There's no big bully pig guy. I guess he's subbed out. I can't even think of a comparable sub out for him. But there's, the kind of promiscuous wasted girl.
Which is
Then
this
there
girl right
is
here.
the couple they had broken up or something and they ran in together and then they're banging already upstairs, the hot couple.
Right.
And then there is who I think is supposed to be the goody played by Monica Keena. She's big in the horror scene. She was in like Freddy vs. Jason. Does it say her name of the character?
Maddie.
Maddie. So to me, that sounds like a good girl. Like you're gonna be, wholesome. It's like Emma, Maddie,
Right.
Shealyn's the bad girl name. And
is it really?
There's the other the hot dude who's now banging his ex-friend. But that's it. Like that's the whole, like once they kick everyone out, the party gets shut down, it goes to these 7. They find the bodies that are related to the story. The ancient, they're mummies almost, well, not mummies, but they're because they're not wrapped. They're just, what do you call them? Corpses? Decomposed corpse.
Okay.
Shannon Elizabeth, or I should just say Angela, thinks it's a good idea to put her finger in the mouth of one and it bites her. So then she becomes one and it's like the whole, then they're like making out. Like it's a very over the top, which I love, sexualized scary movie. There's a loud sex scene that I know you like. There is because the way you transfer and make someone else a demon is to make out or
is to kiss. Yes, or die. Really, essentially, it's in the 1988 one. Is if you die, the demons can possess your body.
Got it. But do you have to die a certain way, or you just
die on the property?
So that's different for the other one, because in this reboot, you have to be alive when they take you over. So the way they get around, like the way in the way backstory that they weren't able to escape this house. These are like really bad demons from hell who escaped hell, who were kicked out of hell. So if you can imagine, they got to be pretty bad. So they weren't able to leave that house because Angelina hung herself and they couldn't take over her body because she was dead.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a little different in that way, I guess, because they have to get you while you're alive.
No, this was different so they're all there and they kind of summoned the demon. They wanted, let's do a seance, because that's always a great idea on Halloween in the middle of like a crematorium. That's all gross and dirty and nasty. Anyways, so they bring out this mirror and so the way you do this seance is you focus on one person, and what they were trying to do was see her past life through the mirror. So you're supposed to stare at her and focus and concentrate, and then the mirror will go black and then you will see a face, which is supposed to be her face of a previous life or whatever. What happens is they're staring at this face and it goes black, and then a demon appears and only one person sees it. And she loses her shit.
Is it Angela?
No, Angela is the one who hosts the party. She becomes the second one possessed. Let's see there. Helen, her name is Helen, and she sees it. She sees a demon's face, and then she sees her death. She sees how she dies.
Yeah.
And she loses her shit. So she's like, I am out of here. And then Roger, the pirate kid, he's dressed like a pirate. They're like, I'm out, because he's like, my dad's a preacher. This is bad news. Like, I'm out of here. And they try to leave, but now all of a sudden the gate that they came in through is gone. As you would expect.
It's gone or just locked?
Gone. So it's a brick wall all the way around the building instead of a brick wall and then the gate, the metal gate that they came in. It is now gone. So the first person possessed, the slut, is the girl, Susan.
Would you stop saying that? I would say sexually exploratory.
Or the super vain one, which is why she got makeup literally all over her face right here, because the demon didn't know how to put it on. So she just drew it, and then she draws a line down here, and then her nipple eats the lipstick. But whatever.
That happens in the second one. Does it come out of her vagina?
Because it's like the most traumatizing thing. It goes into her nipple.
Does it come out her vagina?
It doesn't come out.
That happens in the reboot.
It comes out of her vagina.
And the guy has to go explain. He's like, she put a lipstick in her nipple and it came out of her vagina. And if you can imagine, that sounds like you're crazy.
Yeah, no. Although she did end up having sex with someone. Like, this blows my mind. See her face right here? Okay. She literally draws a heart, like she draws with her lipstick all over her face, down her body, around her boobie. The boobie eats the lipstick. Then this dude comes in and is like, I think you look great. It's fine. And then they totally have sex.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you have sex with this chick who
That
has
makes perfect sense.
How crazy are you that you're like, it's fine, I will totally do her?
Have you never been? I feel like guys like me when I look my worst. Like I'll be at the Dollar Tree with zit cream on my face, with curlers on my, something like so disgusting. And that's when I get hit on the most, is like, not when you look pretty, because maybe they think you're vulnerable when you're looking. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, I could look a lot better than this. But you think I'm like homely little homeless person out there. But no, crackhead that you want to pounce on. No, I'm actually, you know, I'll just carry a picture of me made up.
You're not drawing like lipstick all over your face.
It's
like,
Halloween. I mean, maybe it's because it's Halloween. I mean, it is a little. Her coochie didn't have lipstick on it, so.
But no, yeah, okay. It did not come out. And then she got mad that the kid was looking at her while they were having sex, so she gouged his eyes out.
Oh, that happens. Oh no, it's not a gouging. Oh God, this is where it gets. He puts it in her butt, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna have to use lube." And then all of a sudden he's like, "Ah!" And then they become demons. And it was like it hurt my butt to watch that scene. So clearly, the 2009 version took it next step because we are more progressive. I would think, not more progressive. I mean, people were kinkier back then and got away with more. But I think 2009 was a time where you could kind of put a scene like that, or a lipstick coming out. I'm telling you, there's like blood squirting out. And then the lipstick comes out. It's really, you got to watch it.
Yeah. Be like, that was not what I expected. But here's the thing that gets me. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. What gets
so you? They're running around this house, right? The alive people, right? And why is it? It drives me nuts. Every time you see a girl and something scares her and she screams bloody hell and runs. And I'm like, if you're running from monsters, maybe not scream. Maybe not. I'm just saying, like, do you have to scream all the way down the hallway? Maybe go, oh shit, oh, there's someone there, and then like run. Don't. Everyone knows where you are now. Like, stop it.
Yeah, I think like we're taught that that's your natural reaction to scream, and no, like I've been in some scary things, and like you're saying, I didn't. Like maybe I went and then like I was silent the rest of the time. I wasn't like but you know, it plays into the whole. The scream queen, you know, and then she trips and then her shirt rips off. I mean, there's always the
things happen. Things happen. I don't even know how to explain that one to you. It's just that's physics.
Yeah, you know, like
science.
People always say when there's a cat fight happening, the girls just start making out and, you know, have sex. That's like what happens, you know, it's
all
just,
the time.
We have
it's really how you end a fight, honestly. Let's be real. That's how you end a fight.
Oh my gosh. In this one, there's like it's very weird. And I'm a weirdo, you know, I'm not shy to this kind of stuff, but I was like, Shay had me watch this movie. Was she watching it at home? Like I was so traumatized.
Watch that other one. But what gets me also is like the people who are alive and they're not demons yet are running around this house, okay? And so the demons, they're demons. They're demons. If you can just like appear out of nowhere, or you can just like know where, like, how are you looking for people? Why do you just not know where they are? Like
they're rusty. I don't know.
Is it because you're in the body that you're like, I now don't have the powers to see everything? Maybe. I can't do that. Or I'm still subject to the laws of physics where the door is locked and I just walk away because I don't know how to get into it. Like
in the reboot, they explained that there's one room that the maid of the original story had written all kinds of like spells and symbols to keep the demons out. So that ends up being their fall, you know, their, what's it called, panic room or whatever that they can go into and be safe. But yeah, then like the demons start squirting blood and the symbols are coming up. Like, I don't know. I found it very, I was watching it late as hell last night. Like I think I ended at like 3 a.m. and it held my attention though. Like I kept coming back to it. Like I put it on my phone to walk around while I was doing other stuff. Like it was, for me, it was good and watchable. I'll have to watch the original. I think I would like it based on the poster alone because it looks very like campy.
It's super
kind of.
campy. Like
Yeah.
this is Angela over here. And she gets all like, it's so weird. How many people escaped yours?
Well, you mean, okay, so when they shut down the party, everybody left, but then those 7, the one girl who faked,
I had 2.
Yeah, she copied the idea of hanging herself as Angelina did, but she was smart and she tied a second one so she fell and it didn't, all the pressure wasn't on her neck, like, you know, the rope was around her body too.
Do the demons not know that?
No,
can't they tell what's alive and dead?
Well, no, like, so she jumped out the window like last minute before it was sunrise, I think. And then because they had tricked them earlier and they did like a glamour. Yes. So you can make people see whatever you want them to see. And so they did that. Demons had done that and they made all the windows look like it was day. But then this pissed me off because they're safe in the seance room or whatever. I mean, not the seance room, the spell room. Their watches, you know, the demons change their watches. So it says it's 6 a.m. That's when sunrise happens. And they see that it's daylight from the window. Why not just go out the damn window? Why do they have to go through the house? And then they realize that it's actually night and the demons had got, you know, I was like, come on. And so obviously they take the one friend and then it's down to the 2. And then, it ends up being the one girl who I think was supposed to be like the goody of it all.
Yeah, the
drinking. I don't even think
she
she was
lives
drinking.
And the son of a preacher live. They escape. And so they get to the wall and the wall has like barbed wire fallen down. And so they're like trying to climb on it, but their hands are getting cut up and they're like,
They should take off their shirt, rip off their shirts. Make loves.
Probably that would have been a smart thing to do, but they try to climb up and they can't climb up, but they get a fire lit under their ass because like 10 demons are behind them now. So they're like, oh, gotta go. And so the dude is like, fuck this, and he like up it, like hands all cut up and everything, and he's on the top of the wall and he's like, come on, let's go, come on, you have to go. He's been trying to save this broad like all night. Okay, like this is what irritates me is I'm like, just fucking let her go because she's just dead weight at this point.
A liability.
Let her go, you're safe, you're good. So they come and she's like, I just want to hit women who do this, like, come stop it. Okay. Yeah. Just do it. Just go and just do what you need to do. Okay. Survive. Quit whining about everything. And so she's like, oh, my hands. And so he's like, give me your hand or whatever. So he ends up falling onto the other side of the wall, like the safe side, because underneath this wall is apparently a underground stream. And according to legend or whatever, demons cannot cross running water.
Oh, okay.
So he's on the safe side. She's on the bad side. She's still hanging on for life or whatever. And now there's like 6 demons are crawling. And apparently they try and touch her, like, you know, it burns her skin. I don't quite understand, whatever. And so so I don't know how he climbs back up, grabs her hand last minute before she falls into the pit of demons. And then finally she's like, got the strength to like climb back up. And I'm like, and then they walk home. Okay, so here's the weird part. I don't know if you have this in yours, but there's like this angry old dude who hates kids. He hates teenagers. He literally hates everybody except his wife, which he like kind of likes. So at the beginning, all the teenagers that are involved pretty much scare the hell out of him. Just like, jumping out and like throwing shit, mooning him. I know. He has valid reasons. Like, let's not lie. But he decides he's going to put razor blades in apples and give them to children that come trick-or-treating. Okay.
Like a kid's going to eat an apple.
Right. So the next morning, like you see the people walking, they're covered in blood. They're like, been up all night. They're walking down the street just like zombies, just like, don't talk to us. We need to get home. And so the old man comes outside, picks up, and he's like, out all night, are you? And then he goes inside and his wife makes him breakfast or whatever, or apparently he made him an apple pie. And she's like, how is it? And he's like, yeah, it's okay. She's like, why just okay? Like, I spent up all night working on this. He goes, why were you up all night? She goes, well, we didn't have a lot of trick-or-treaters, and you have all these apples. And so then, like, in such cheesy, campy style, like, he realizes he's eaten the apples that he put razor blades in. Like, she wouldn't have noticed when she cut the apples up that there were razor blades in it. But she doesn't seem phased that he dies, because the razor blades cut through his throat and he's gushing blood and razor blades are
I love it.
It's crazy. And so she's like, not? Right. Well, how did I know? Because it shows it's this big. I'm like, how you would notice it go down your throat or bite it. Like, you're not swallowing a razor blade whole.
Yeah, but I thought maybe she had like, how do you cut them up? I don't know.
I mean, so she saw that there were razor blades in there.
Yeah, she wanted.
And then she was like, "You're gonna die for this." Probably because she came over and was like, "Oh, good, I love you," and had a tea, and like that was it. He died, and I was
had a tea, even better.
Tea, coffee, whatever. She's sipping on something in her little teacup, and I was like, "Okay, woman."
I like her already.
So yeah,
that was a good girl power ending to that movie.
That was the ending on that. She doesn't even know what happened. It has nothing to do with the demon. She's like, my husband's an asshole for trying to give kids razor blades and cut them up. So, and then the sun comes up and the demon goes back to hell, because Halloween's the one night that the demons can roam free, or the creepy things, as they say in the movie, can roam free, and it's okay.
I like that. I'll have to watch that one. So on that note,
I hope you enjoyed this episode where we have no idea what the other person is talking about because we didn't see the right movie. Whatever. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and also if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, rate or review. Tell other people how much you like us or whatever. If you don't like us, keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, we don't need any of that negativity.
No negativity here.
Alrighty. Well, and do some exercises for your Halloween health challenge.
Yeah, you do some exercises.
I wasn't saying you. I was looking in a mirror as I said that, so it made sense.